Anthony Richardson here at the NFL Combine. Weighed in at 244 pounds, stands at 6'4", ran the 40-yard dash in 4.43 seconds, which is the fourth best by a quarterback since 2003. He was third in the 10-yard splits as well on the 40 for all quarterbacks, cleared 40.5 inches in the vertical jump, and he had a 10'9" broad jump in the NFL Combine. Those were records also for the two jumps that I just mentioned. People are comparing him to Cam Newton, Josh Allen. I'm not really with the Lamar Jackson because he's like twice the size of Lamar, but I get it with the speed, with the agility, with the rushing numbers that he had at Florida. And the dude is a tank, no doubt. If for like perspective, when you look at his measurables, with everything I just said, he's as big as Josh Allen, and he ran as fast as RG3 and even faster than Justin Fields at the NFL Combine with the numbers that he just put up. Talking about the drills that we went through here, I think he had really nice velocity and zip on the football when he was going through these drills. Very clean form, efficient follow through, real professional with this form. It looked put together. I know when he's played at Florida, he's got some low lights. He's got some parts where you're like, that might not be the sexiest thing on tape, and that's got to be refined about him. But the form at the Combine looked solid. I thought the slants were perfect. The short out routes could have been cleaned up with some of the accuracy, but his deep passes, very, very nice. He's got one of the best deep balls in the game, or rather for the college quarterbacks coming up right now, one of the best. 3 effortless 60-yard dots, just showing off his arm strength there, with what happened here at the Combine with Anthony Richardson. Last one had a little too much air on it, and it still went 60 yards, so that showed you that was a throw that he put that far, and it shows you that he could have went even further with it. The first two didn't even feel like he put everything into it as well, talking about the deep throws. You look at Anthony Richardson at the 2023 NFL Combine. He weighed in at 6'4.25", so he's taller than George Kittle. He's heavier than Hassan Reddick at 244 pounds. His hands are bigger than DeAndre Hopkins, which is major to me. D-Hop, to me, best hands in the NFL, 10.5-inch hands, and a 40.5-inch vertical, which is higher than Devontae Adams. This guy's a freak of nature. We were all hyped up about Trey Lance. We've been hyped up about a lot of athletes in the NFL draft. Another athlete coming out of Florida. Anthony Richardson is 100%, not like literally, but he's riding some of the coattails of that Kyle Pitts hype. I know Kyle Pitts was a couple seasons ago, but you got a hell of an athlete coming out of the draft. Kyle Pitts was a lot more fine-tuned, but in terms of like once he performed at the Combine, people flipped about Kyle Pitts, right? Once Anthony Richardson performed at the NFL Combine, people were flipping out. His number one overall pick, odds, February 16th, they were at plus 8,000. 3 days later, they had almost chopped in half to plus 4,500. 3 days later that morning, he was at plus 2,500, so they almost jumped in half again. The night of February 22nd, they cut into a third of what they were. They went from 2,500 to 800 for the odds. He is now currently the second best odds to go number one overall in the NFL draft, of course, behind Bryce Young, who is favored to go in the NFL draft at this moment. So I'm going to say Anthony Richardson was a riser. Everyone is, going crazy about his workout. I thought his workout was great. I'm a fan as of right now. I've looked into some of his tape. I know he's got things to work on. I know he's not the best quarterback overall, but he's a great athlete. We got the draft coming up. Again, this was like the first lean into the draft for the show, and I'm very excited for it. Anthony Richardson's going to be a guy that we definitely chop up.